Thank you, Wada. Good evening, and thank you all for coming tonight. I know it's Friday and the weekend already started, so thank you all for coming here. Before I start talking, a few people here experienced it themselves. Some people have heard me talking before. So before talking about the issue of administrative detention, the reason why we came here, in fact, from the very first day or second day after arriving, we realized that we cannot address the issue of administrative detention without speaking a bit or giving an introduction about the whole issue of Palestinian political prisoners. And to understand it, he was talking about himself being in detention and his brother, seeing his brother after 14 years to be released from prison. Since 1967, when our documentation or close to documentation started, over 750,000 Palestinians, close to 800,000 Palestinians have been arrested or detained. This number of the Palestinian population in the occupied territory today of about 3.8 million, this forms about close to 20% of the population. If we look closer at the numbers, Palestinian population as a young society, 54% are under the age of 18. 49 to 51 are males to females. So something like 60 to 70% of the Palestinian adult males have been to prison at least once in their lives. So you'll hardly find a household that did not experience the arrest and detention of at least one member of the family. When you compare it, when we talk about high incarceration rate in the United States of African Americans, for example, when we talk about 1 of 10 of African American adult males have been in prison, imagine 3 of 5, 6 of 10 Palestinian adult males have been to prison at least once. And this whole imprisonment issue, arrest, detention, and so on, it happens and is based on military orders. Palestinians in the West Bank, in occupied territory, have been under the military rule, Israeli military rule, since the day number 1 of the occupation. Military orders and these martial laws are the overruling laws in the occupied territory, overrule anything else. Military orders are issued by the military commander assigned by the Israeli army to the territory. This military commander who issues these military orders to fit and suit the interests of maintaining the Israeli legal occupation of the West Bank. They are not about the rule of law. They are not about maintaining civil coherence or civil peace. They are about benefiting and maintaining the Israeli occupation of the land. So these orders are issued to suit any specific, either timely or overall interest, whether in one region of the West Bank or Gaza or the occupied territory or overall. So it could be a military order concerning general issues, but could be a military order concerning a village or a region or an area. The same military commander who issues these military orders is the same military commander who assigns the military prosecutors. He is the same military commander who assigns the military judges. He is the same military commander who assigns the secretaries at the military courts and the translators. So the whole legal situation in the occupied territory for Palestinians is in the hand of one Israeli military commander. He is the governor, he is the law, he is everything, and he is the judge. I'll give a few examples of what could be these military orders. A military order about prohibited publications. Publications for Palestinians are prohibited to possess, have, read, print, distribute, sell, buy, and so on. Violation of this military order means you are subject to arrest, detention, and prosecution at the military court. Items annexed to this military order could be anything: leaflets, newspapers, periodicals, books, and so on. A military order about concerning illegal association, things you cannot associate with. And this could be anything almost. Political parties are illegal association. Not a single Palestinian political party is legal under the military orders. In fact, the State of Israel signed a peace agreement with Palestine Liberation Organization. Until today, Palestine Liberation Organization is an illegal terrorist organization in the military orders and the Israeli civil law. So in theory, in principle, they can just go into Ramallah and arrest Mahmoud Abbas for being a member and a leader in a legal organization. This is the same organization with whom they signed the agreement. But it's not only about political parties and groups. It could be unions, workers' unions, physicians' unions, and so on. Student unions and student groups are illegal. So probably you will be members of an illegal association if you had lived in Palestine. Political symbols, a military order about political symbols. Political symbols are illegal. The scarf is an illegal political symbol, but also the Palestinian flag is an illegal political symbol. Even drawing the shape of the Palestinian flag means you will be subject to arrest and detention, even if you don't add the colors, and prosecution. In fact, at some point, and Waddah can tell us, not only you have been subject to arrest and detention and prosecution at a military court for having the Palestinian flag or drawing it. No, writing graffiti on the walls at a certain point was a license to kill. Raising the Palestinian flag was a license to kill. Many Palestinians have been shot for dead because of raising a Palestinian flag or writing graffiti on the wall. Many have survived only to live disabled for the rest of their lives. So any violation of any of those military orders, people are subject to arrest and detention and prosecution. But military orders are not only about these kinds of political issues or organization. Could be about military order about accessing a certain area. So if you happen to live in a village that is separated from the rest of its land by an Israeli only or a settler only road, and you want to access that road without a permission, just crossing the road to the other side where your land is means you are violating the military orders, and you could be subject to arrest, detention, prosecution. Today, people understand or look or talk about the wall being built. Some call it barrier, some call it separation fence, apartheid wall, whatever you want to call it. It's not only about the wall, the construction, and so on. It's also about this. Hundreds and hundreds of Palestinians are being arrested and detained, tens on daily basis, because either they are trying to access their land that is behind the wall, or trying to protest the confiscation of their land. So these daily arrests and prosecutions and military courts and military tribunals are ongoing on daily basis. The process, could be the reasons. What could be the reasons of arrest and detention and prosecution? Thus you can imagine this high number of Palestinians. What could they have been in detention or in prison for? Simply for either organizing or trying to express the identity or trying to say who they are or trying to live on their own land.